हेलो बच्चों, कैसा है आप लोग? So today we are going to study percentages chapter and this is lecture number 1. ठीक है? So initially we will be looking forward for how to change a particular percent into fractions. ठीक है? So over here it is given that 1 by 1 is 100. Okay, how we have to over here it is given that 1 by 1 is 100. And 1 by 2 it is given that 50 percentage. How is that so? We have to multiply 1 by 2 using 100, converting into percent, which gives 50%. And third one given over here is 1 by 3 is 33.3 percentage. How is that so? 1 by 3 into 100 percentage. Try dividing it. 100 by 3, which gives 9 for the 1, 0. So which is 33.33 percentage. Okay, so it goes on like this. You can multiply 1 by 4 using 100. You will get 25 percentage. 1 by 5 using 100, 20 percentage. Important things are given over here. Just keep this in your mind. Just keep these things in your mind. Okay. Okay, let's move on to the first question. First question is given over here. 10 percentage of the inhabitants of a village having died of cholera. It is given that 10 percentage गांव वाले लोग क्या हुआ उन लोगों को, उन लोग मर गया कॉलरा की वजह से, कॉलरा की वजह से. And during which 25% of the remaining inhabitants left the village. बाकी 25%, 25% of the villagers, गांव वाले लोग क्या हुआ, उन लोग विलेज छोड़ के चला गया. ठीक है. Population is then reduced to 4050. Population इसकी वजह से कम हुआ, 4050 हुआ. ठीक है. So 10% of the village is having died of cholera. So initially हम ये मान रहा है कि initial number, let the number of inhabitants, गांव वाले लोग का नंबर हम मान रहा है कि x है. ठीक है. So 10% of x means 10 by 100. While we're converting into the fraction, 10 by 100 of x having died of cholera, panic set, during which 25% died of cholera. 10 by x died of cholera, which means that 90 by x, which means that 90x by 100 is left. Okay? Initially 90x by 100 is left, which means 90% is left. And during which ये 90% का 25% left the village, which means that 90x by 100 into 25%. For 25% of log left the village. So which is left initially minus in that particular left amount into इसका 25% है. तो इसका वैल्यू कितना है, फाइंड इट आउट. और यहाँ पे कैंसिल करने के बाद क्या होगा, 9x by 10 into 1 minus 1 by 4, which is equal to 9x by 10 into 3 by 4. The value comes out to be 27x by 40. ठीक है. So the reduced number of population is 4050. सो इसका वैल्यू दिया हुआ है विच इज 4000. सो x का वैल्यू क्या होगा 4050 इंटू 40 बाई 27. ठीक है, इसका वैल्यू क्या होता है 6000 होता है. ठीक है, हमने अपने मन में रखना. Let's move on to the next question. What is the total number of candidates in an examination if 31% failed and the number of those who passed exceeds the number of those who failed by 27? 31% failed, तो फिर परसेंटेज पास कितना होगा 100 minus 31 which is equal to 69% पास होगा. And the number of those who passed, थोड़ा सा बीमार हूँ बच्चे. And the number of those who passed exceed the number of those who failed by 27. ठीक है. So what is given over here? The number of those who pass exceeds the number of those who fail by 27. So 69 percentage minus 31 percentage. What is the value of this? 38 percentage. So 38 percentage of given value is given over here. 247 given. So what will be the value of x? 38 percentage matlab 38 by 100 of x, which is equal to 247. So what is going to be the value of x? X is equal to 247 into 100 by 30. So this is the value. So the value over here is, well, after solving this, you will get 650 as the, you will get 650 as the value. Okay. So while moving on to the next question, 40% of people read newspaper X, 50% read newspaper Y, and 10% read both the newspapers. What percentage of people read neither of the newspapers? Okay, let us do this question using Venn diagram. Okay. X, Y. 10% read both the newspapers. Fill it out. 10% read both the newspaper. 40% of people read the newspaper X. So for left over this area, this will be 30%. 50% read newspaper Y. So it means that 40% will be left over area because 10% is there. What percentage of people read neither of the newspapers? Neither of the newspaper मतलब ये area, बाहर वाला area, which means that 40 plus 10, 40 plus, which means that 40 plus 10, 50, 50 plus 30, 80. So 80, 100%, total is 100% minus that internal area is 80%. We will be getting 20%. So 20% people read neither of the newspapers. Read neither of the newspapers. Let's move on to the next question. What is given over here? 60% of A is equal to 30% of B. 60 by 100 of A is equal to 30 by 100 of B. And the value of B is equal to 40% of C. And the value of C is equal to X percentage of X. Then what is the value of X? Okay. Then what is the value of X? Guys, look over here. So cancel this out initially. Okay, easy question, right? Cancel this out. Cancel this. So what is the value of B? B is equal to 2 times A. B is equal to 2 times A. Cancel this out. Write over here 2 times A. 4 by 10 C. 2 times. Write over here 5. 5 times A is equal to C. 5 times A is equal to X by 100 into A. Cancel out A. Value of X is equal to 500. Value of X is equal to 500. Okay? Easy question. Huh? Let's move on to the next question, guys. A line of length 1.5 meters was measured as 1.55 meters by mistake. What will be the value error percentage? So what is the value of error percentage? So how to find error percentage? Error percentage is equal to change by initial into 100. So keep this in your mind. This is the equation for finding error percentage. So line का length यहाँ पे mention है and it was measured as this. So what is the change? 1.55 minus 1.5 and the line's length was 1.5. Okay, it was the initial, or you can also write over here original. Change divided by initial or original. Original into 100 percentage. Okay. So what is the value of this? 1.55 minus 1.5. 0.05 divided by 1.5 into 100 percentage. So what is the value of this? So its value comes out to be 10 by 3, which is 3.33 percentage, or we can also say 3 1 by 3 percentage. Okay, 3 1 by 3 percentage. So I'll moving on to next question. What is given over here? Ramu multiplied a number. Okay, any number. Okay, let's take the number as x by 3 by 5 instead of 5 by 3. What is the percentage error in the calculation? Okay, percentage error का formula क्या है बच्चे? Is equal to the change divided by original into 100 percentage. Change divided by original into 100 percentage. So what is the change? Now multiply a number by 3 by 5 instead of this. 5 by 3x minus 3 by 5x divided by original क्या है? 5 by 3x into 100 percentage. So what is the value of this? The value comes out to be 25x minus 9x by 15 divided by 5 by 3x into 100 percentage. By 3 is a 15. 25 minus 9 comes out to be 16x divided by 25. X gets cancelled into 100 percentage. 64 percentage. Which gives the answer as 64 percentage. Yeah. ठीक है. Moving on to the next question. The question, what is the question? Population of a town increased from this to this in a decade. The average percentage increase of population per year is within 10 years, the population was increased from this to this. So voters asked in 1 year what was the increase in population. Okay. Percentage change. परसेंटेज चेंज का वैल्यू क्या होता है? परसेंटेज चेंज इज इक्वल टू चेंज डिवाइडेड बाय इनिशियल into 100, which is 262,500 minus 175,000 divided by what was the initial population of town increase from this 175,000 into 100%. So the value comes out to be, taking out the zeros out. You can take out the zero, obviously. So 2625 minus 1750. So what is the value of this? 875 divided by 1750 into 100%, which comes out to be 50%, which comes out to be 50%. Okay, right? The average percent increase of the population per year is, this is for 10 years. So average per year will be per year is equal to divide 10 equal to 5%. Easy peasy lemon squeeze, which is given out to be 5%. Easy? Easy है क्या? Yes sir. So moving on to the next question. Over here it is given that 65% of dash is equal to 20% of dash. बहुत ज़्यादा आसान है क्वेश्चन. Percentages आसान चैप्टर है. 65/100 of a question mark is equal to 20/100 of 42250. Okay, cancel out. So the value of x will be 20 into 422.50 divided by 65. So the value comes out to be nice. So the value comes out to be 4 paisa, 1 paisa, 5 paisa, 1 paisa. The value comes out to be 130. Right? Value comes out to be 130. The answer is B. Answer is B. Moving on to next question. That was an easy question. Okay? Two students appeared for an examination. Okay? One of them secured 9 AB. Two students appeared for an examination. One of them secured 9 marks more than the other. Let he secured X. Okay. Marks secured. Okay. The X. One of the secured 9 marks more than the other. Okay. And his marks were 56% of some of the marks. Some of the marks, X plus 9 एंड his percentage, his marks मतलब x का बारे में बोल रहा है, ठीक है, a के बारे में बोल रहा है, तो his mark. So guys, what is said over here? What is said over here? It is said that, it is said that, hmm, let me take the pen. Two students appear for an examination. One of them secured 9 marks more than the other, and his marks were 56% of some of the marks. The marks obtained by them are, ठीक है, तो a small mistake is seen over here. 9 marks more than the other, and his mark, वो बंदा के बारे में बोल रहा है, his mark मतलब B का मार्क के बारे में बोल रहा है, ठीक है. So his mark were 56% of some of the marks. ये दोनों का मार्क्स है ना, ये दोनों का मार्क्स है ना, x+x+9, ए का मार्क और बी का मार्क का सम 56% ऑफ द मार्क. तो इसका 56% है क्या, बी का मार्क्स, दूसरा बंदा का मार्क, इन लोगों का मार्क्स का सम का 56% है, ऐसे गिवन है क्वेश्चन, ठीक है. So after this further it is easy, solve this question. 2x plus 9 into 56 by 100, yeah, crossing out this, which gives 100x plus 900 is equal to 2x plus 9 into 56, and solve the question. Upon solving, we will be getting the value of x as, the value of x as, value of x as 33. So what was the, whose mark was x? A's mark was x, and what will be the mark of b? Plus 9, which is 33 plus 9, which gives answer as 42. This question also was easy. Okay. So guys, if you are having any kind of doubt, you can just ask in the comment box. I'm really happy to answer the question. Okay. Today I'm not feeling that great, so that is the main thing. For the lagging, sorry for that. So what is the next question? Okay, we have solved this question. So moving on to the next question. I already solved this question. What is given over here? The cost price of an article is X. It is marked up by 200%. So which means that initially the price of an article was this, and it was marked up. Means a guy increases price 200 times extra. इसका मतलब ये है कि a guy increases price 200 times extra. Extra मतलब initially if the value was 100, 200% was increased extra, which means that 200 rupees were increased on it, which means that total price of the article will be 300. Just done like that. So let us assume it is given that cost price of an article is X. So 200% it was marked up. Okay. Which means that X plus 200 times of X increase. Okay. So what will be the value? 3x. Okay. It is sold at 540 rupees after giving 25% discount. So again, on this, initially it was marked up, further a discount is given on it. ठीक है? ठीक है? So discount is given. Discount मतलब reduced. Marked up means increase. 25 by 100 of what was the price? 3x. What is the price? 3x. It is given away. Initially उसका 25% discount दिया था ऐसे. So yeah, which will be 4 3s are 12. 12 minus 3, which is 9x by, and it is sold at 540 rupees. So the final value is this 9x by 4 is equal to 540. So what is the value of x? X is equal to 540 into 4 by 9. So what is going to be the value of this? 240. What is the value of this? 240. Easy? Easy question? Yes, of course. A fruit seller had some apples. Fruit seller के पास कुछ apples है. He sells 40% of apples and still has 420 apples. He sold 40% of apples. मतलब percentage of apples left. कितना percentage of apple बाकी होगा? 40% sell किया होगा तो 60%. And he has still 420 apples. So 60% of apples का value दिया है 420. ठीक है? Originally he had. So 100% of apples कितना होगा? This is what we have to find. So apples is equal to 60% apple means 60 by 100 of, let us say, assume the value of apples be x. ठीक है? The value of apples be equal to x. So it is given that x is equal to 420 into 10 by 6, which is equal to 7 6 of 42, which is 700, which is 700. So it is given over here. The answer to this question is 700. Easy question. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So over here, what you have to do is you just have to note down an equation. Okay? What is given over here? When the price of a pressure cooker was increased, there is a pressure cooker. Pressure cooker का rate price increase किया. कितना increase किया? 15% increase किया है. So इसी वजह से the sale of the pressure cooker decreased by 15%. Sale कम हुआ है. कितना percentage से? 50% से. What was the net effect on the sale? What was the net effect on the sale? क्या है net effect on the sale? Net effect on the sales का वैल्यू क्या होता है? माइनस ऑफ कॉमन percentage change minus of common percentage change square. Minus of common percentage change square divided by. So what is common percentage change? Minus of 15% square divided by 100. So value will be 15 का square क्या है? So after doing this, you will be able to get 2.25 percentage. And what this minus denote? Minus denotes in degrees. It degrees. So the net effect on the sales, there is a decrease in the net effect on the sales. ठीक है ठीक है guys. So guys, yep, that's it for today. Thank you guys. Once again, bye bye guys. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned. Bye bye. Peace out.